and welcome to the first episode of our Smugcast. I'm Dan, and joining me tonight and most nights are my sons. I'd like to introduce you to them. Let's start with Jordan. He's the oldest, and he's here to push his gay agenda.
Hi, everybody. That is what I'm here to do. Hopefully it's entertaining.
All right, and then, let me just step back here a minute. I just want to let you know that my wife and I, we are insane idiots. And, well, the first thing is that we've got 4 kids. But second, all 4 of them, their names start with the same letter. So get your nasty comments out of the way right away. You can start laughing now, and then let's just get past it. So now we'll go on to son number 2 is Jeremy. And when we first thought about doing this, he wasn't so sure about it. And then I told him that he could drink beer and yell at me. So he said that he was all in. So, Jeremy, how are you tonight?
Doing all right. How's everyone doing out there?
All right. Then next we have Justin. Justin, he's our tech guy. So that means he's probably going to be doing most of the work.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, just all of it.
Just all of it.
I'm no help.
And then finally we have the youngest is Jared. And he's here because, well, he's under 18 and I can still force him to be here.
No.
Can everybody hear you?
Maybe.
Oh, and one other thing. Here's how insane my wife is. How much more insane she is than I am. So we got the first 3 kids, and then we're naming the 4th one. And she likes the name Jared. But the first 3, all their names have 6 letters in it. Jared's name only has 5, so she throws in an extra R. So his name's not even really Jared, it's Jard. So I live with a lunatic.
Nowadays, that's,
you know what I mean.
Nowadays, that's considered abuse. Maybe your kid weird like that.
I don't know. That's the trendy thing nowadays. Not.
What? Anormal names?
I mean, I was at work one day and there was this woman whose name was Versatility. So
Her name is Versatility.
Her name was Versatility.
Was she awful at everything?
You know, there's people out there named Dova King. They get a fucking free subscription to everything that Bethesda puts out if they name their kid Dova King.
Well, I would really hope so at that
I'm
point.
changing my name.
No, you just have to name your kid that.
So pop one of those out soon.
Please no.
That's
Please,
normal
no.
for kids his age.
If it's like 1740,
Nowadays.
You seen 16 and Pregnant? It's pretty popular.
I avoid most things.
Yeah, you could be
Obese
a
and
teen-
Pregnant. That's the show to
No.
watch.
Teen Mom?
Obese and pregnant.
It's like
No,
these.
no, that's like I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know I was pregnant is a fantastic show to watch. It's the same thing every time, but every time it's great.
Those women are just insane.
No, they're in denial.
They're in denial.
You see that article with the chick, like, she thought she was pregnant and the doctor told her she was actually just really fat?
No.
It was like on Twitter or something. It was like, not pregnant, just obese.
You look pregnant. Oh, I'm pregnant? No, you just look pregnant.
Just a cow. Oh, you moved.
So what we hope to be doing on this podcast is just sit around bullshitting, talk about stuff that we like to talk about, and we hope that you're interested in it too. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. We're not sure exactly where we want to go with this. It's going to be a work in progress as we go. None of us have ever done this before. So we're just going to work on it. We hope we get better. And we're going to go from there.
Yeah, and we're willing to take suggestions on how we could make the whole thing better if anyone wants to leave
Sure.
that.
But we probably won't listen to them because that's the whole point.
Well, I mean, that's the only way we can really get better, but a lot of times comments
Yes,
aren't.
we'll listen to people.
Accepting a certain amount of feedback.
We'll listen to some people.
Some.
Depending
The right people.
The right people.
Who really is the right people, though?
Anyone who's
No
not
one.
on the right.
Anyone who's not on the right. Yeah, there's plenty of people on the left who are not the right people.
Oh no,
either.
they're awful. I hate everyone.
Well, we know you hate everyone.
Well, so do I, but
Okay, I don't hate everyone.
a girl I used to work with told me I had a black heart and no soul.
Well, we do not have souls. You're absolutely right on that one.
And remember, I have my list of people I hate.
I forgot you did.
Does it
That's
just say
right.
everyone?
Is it a work in
No,
progress?
my list is old people,
They're awful.
then sick people, then old sick people, and then just people.
So everyone, like he said,
Everyone.
There's
But not
classifications.
everyone at all times.
Oh.
So, I can like some people at some time, but in general, I hate
But
most
once that
people.
person gets sick, fuck them.
So
That's exactly.
basically, you see a baby and you're like, oh, I can't wait till you're old and I can hate you so much.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to hating. It just sort of naturally grows.
Nah, it's a sport to him.
It's
National
a
hating.
game.
Guess what? I'm gonna hate you next.
Except I don't hate the gays. I gotta say that.
I
We
do.
are.
But women.
Women.
There's a reason this is a sausage fest.
Just invalid opinions, honestly.
Honestly. Jesus.
Oh boy.
Your mother says she won't even be a guest because of that.
Yeah.
We are just priming ourselves for the internet hate. At
I
this
am.
point.
I'm waiting for it.
I welcome it.
I just try to get hate. Like, I tweet Trump 2016 all the time.
Trump
Chaos
train.
Campaign 2016.
Let's watch the world burn, fellas.
No, I like. As much as I hate people, I like the world.
No. What's there to save, honestly?
I will say
The
that.
gays.
I will say, when I wanted to watch the world burn, I was really looking forward to a Ted Cruz presidency.
Oh,
That's what I was looking forward to.
Zodiac
Because
killer.
that would have been
Zodiac
awesome.
Killer.
Going for all the cancers this month.
I mean, his father helped Lee Harvey Oswald. Don't you know? I mean,
No, I don't know. Please inform me. Give me info.
I mean, I have no info. Just something that
That
Donald
was
Trump
what Donald
likes to
Trump
say.
said. That Cruz's father helped Lee Harvey
There was
Oswald.
like a picture of him.
Yeah.
or something.
There's
I
a
don't
picture
even-
where
I don't even think it was true.
They both
No.
happen to be standing in the line of McDonald's. They were associated with the murder.
Like, I don't know these questions. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but there's questions. There's people that are
I'm
asking
not
things.
saying he's a murderer rapist.
I'm
but he's a
hearing, like
murderer.
Bill Maher says, I'm hearing.
You know, people say. People say.
You know, I'm
What
not
people?
saying.
Nobody.
I'm just saying.
People tell me
Everybody says
And
that I am awesome. It's
when
just
I
a
say
fact.
when I
People
say
isn't
people
me.
tell me, it's usually your mother told me. So
When I say people tell me,
So you mean
it
Facebook?
was somebody I made up.
I thought you were gonna say the internet people for a second.
Well, the internet gives me a lot of info. None of it credible.
No, absolutely none of it at all.
Except for Yahoo Answers.
And Jeeves.
Or Cha-Cha.
Praise be to Jeeves.
Cha-cha.
does Jeeves doesn't even exist anymore? Does it?
You can find him.
In our hearts.
In our hearts.
Whenever you need him, he'll be right there.
Hey, when I first had my iMac in 2005,
Oh,
that
that-
was my website. Was
Oof.
Ask Jeeves.
Bring me back to the Stone Age, old man.
We
Remember
had
that television
We
shaped
had
iMac?
that computer for
I
like
had
13
it. Yes, I had it
years.
for
We had
a
it
long
until like
time. It was
2011.
awesome.
That little
No,
green
we got
box.
rid of it in like 2009. It was
2009, I got the iMac that I still have
Yeah.
now.
Justin's triggered.
like
Triggered. It's not a PC.
PC Master Race. You're a bitch.
No, what I don't like about your computer buying habits is you buy an old model of a computer and keep it forever.
No, I didn't buy the 2009. It was brand new.
Oh, really?
Yes, when I bought it, it was brand new. I've just had it for 7 years. That's all.
So
It
it's,
still works fine.
it's kind of trash, but not like old trash.
I was able to update to El Capitan, so
It-
it's fine.
It's an
Ooh,
amazing
Capitan.
Facebook machine.
I
I'll
added
tell you
some
that right now.
memory.
An amazing thing.
No, that's your mother's iPad.
Hey,
That's her Facebook and Pinterest
it's
machine.
good for iTunes sometimes.
Who
I-
uses iTunes?
I do.
I will
I do.
say though, like for work, I have the Surface Pro 4, like as my work tablet. It's great. Like I really don't like the iPad in comparison to that tablet.
I know, and your uncle likes the Android instead of the iPhone, so.
I mean, I
I
love
like
my
my
iPhone.
Android.
I just like the Surface Pro. It's such a really responsive, great tablet.
Meh.
So we're talking technology, so we're not getting anything out of Jeremy.
Yeah. Jeremy knows
If we're not talking beer or conspiracy theories, Jeremy's not in.
So how are the aliens doing?
Are they taking over yet? They probed you last night?
Yeah.
Oh, something probed him last night.
No, surprisingly, I don't believe in aliens.
Really?
At all?
Well, all right. I guess I should say I don't believe that they've ever been here.
Okay, that's better. 'cause I
That's
can-
that's a more reasonable statement.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Those big
It's
gray
like
heads
those
and
people-
They
black
must
eyes.
exist somewhere, but
Again,
They're probably
History
just
Channel,
not intelligent.
Ancient Aliens, worst show in the world.
Best show ever.
I
If
love
you
it.
need a good laugh.
If
You
you know how
need a
many
good
times I
laugh.
come home and Dad's watching Ancient Aliens, 9 out of 10.
I just like make. I just
it's
like.
so bad.
I just like making fun of that guy's hair. Like, you've had the same haircut for like 15 million years.
Did you see that
That's an exaggeration.
the rapper on Viceland, Brunson,
Action Bronson.
Action Bronson? He's got a show now on Viceland called Action Bronson Watches Ancient Aliens. It's like him and his posse sitting around smoking a bunch of blunts, watching Ancient Aliens.
Awesome.
That's great.
His other show, was it That's Fucking Delicious?
That's Fucking
That was a
Delicious.
great show.
Yeah.
He just basically did the same thing, just smoked blunts,
And ate food.
went to different countries, and tried delicious fucking food. But if we're speaking of shitty TV shows, can we just talk about fucking HGTV and how much I fucking hate
I
it?
love
I
HG.
love
Are you
it.
kidding
Oh my
me?
God.
You guys sit around all day watching houses that you're never gonna buy, you have no interest in, just to see what it looks like. It's
like
the most boring
They're
thing
not
in the
even
world.
nice houses. It's
Okay,
like,
okay.
I
this is
like
the shitty side of
beachfront
Chicago.
bargain hunts.
There was one show that you watched that I liked. It was like tiny houses or something like
Oh,
that.
fuck
Oh,
that.
that's-
Fuck that.
That was cool just because like it's neat. It's like unique.
No.
But they're
It's
just
not
glorified trailers.
That's
That's,
the
all
thing.
they are.
No, the
I'd
point
live
is
in a
these
tiny
fucking
house.
hipsters think I'm not buying a house of things. I want to use my time with experiences.
Jordan,
Fuck you.
Jordan. I don't want one of these things. I just think it's cool to look at.
All those
I want
people are
one.
fucking awful.
Those people are insane.
I want one.
I want to live in 200 square feet.
No.
Go live in your parents' basement.
The worst is when they buy them
Already
and
there.
they have like, like the
It's
people
not
that
bad.
go on and they have kids that want a tiny house. It's like you have like 2 children. How are you all going to live in like 300 square feet?
But they're saving money.
Yeah.
They are saving money.
And if they can do it, fuck it, let them.
Yeah.
Jeremy, there's nothing better than watching people fake buy houses because they're
I hate
because
it.
when they
I
do the
fucking
house
hate it.
hunters, you know, they're not really looking at houses.
I can think of a lot of things better than that.
All TV is fucking fake. All TV is fake. I hate it.
Reality TV, the biggest lie ever.
Reality TV where we make you say these lines.
Shit, even the internet now, you can't even find fucking
No,
real
you
shit
can't
on the
find
internet.
real
Everything's
shit on the
fake
internet. Everything's
nowadays.
bait.
Anything you want to watch is fucking.
Goddamn Jimmy Fallon. Is it him that does? It's like one of the Jimmys on late night television.
Yeah, one
They
of
do all
two
the.
of them.
He just does all the fake shitty videos and it's like, ah,
No,
goofed
no,
ya.
that's Jimmy
The
Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel,
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, on the
with the
street thing?
twerking girl starting a fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, ah, goofed you. It's like, shut up. I hate you.
He also did the big. He also did the big bait for people that watch like gaming channels online, where he like made fun of people that watch other people play games, and then he had like Markiplier and some other girl go on his show to play games and as he watched and just shat on them the entire time, and it was really annoying. He's all about just baiting his audience, and it really, really annoys.
Who, Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, just constant, just tossing out bait.
I don't know.
No, I'm just talking about the people who like, you know, will put out a video of something crazy that happened, but then you find out that everyone's an actor and the whole thing has
Oh,
been
yeah.
staged.
You won't believe this.
Like if you watch,
Right?
the hell is it? The fucking Pawn Stars, where
Oh,
we
God.
recently found out that everybody who comes in and tries to sell shit to those guys, like sometimes the guys actually own like an antique store down the street or whatever, so they're coming in trying to sell shit from their shop just to be on TV.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
People
so
just
dumb.
want to be on TV.
Which is
Well,
silly,
we
like,
just want to be on the radio or whatever you want to call this.
We're on the internet.
We're
on
on
the
the
interwebs.
internet.
We're on the webs. It's the
Maybe not for
www.
Maybe not for long, but
I'm on the net.
one episode and done.
Hey, but we can't be on YouTube. We swear.
Yeah, we're not allowed on YouTube. We swear, guys.
All the new terms and stuff.
So
like,
wait a minute, we can't swear at all on YouTube?
No, we're
Oh.
gonna still
you
swear.
can, like,
Oh.
but their new terms promote, like, they'll take away your ad revenue
Yeah.
if you, like, swear or, like, talk about
Man.
drugs or say anything that's mildly offensive.
We
or
really
got
gotta worry about that ad revenue that we got coming in.
Oh.
Just roll it in
Yes.
right now.
I'm rich as shit. What you talking about?
I got
Yeah.
stacks on
I
stacks.
know. Yeah, your mother said to me, "Hey, why don't you get another job?" I said, "I got one."
It just doesn't pay yet.
That doesn't pay yet,
YouTube's
or
my job.
ever.
It's an investment.
Yeah, you start this now. Maybe we'll get big in 3 years. Start getting paid.
Maybe you'll be maybe
$10
you'll be
a
the next
podcast.
maybe you'll be the next like Lewis Black, where you get announced as a new comedian at the age of 55.
Yeah. This
An
is not
up-and-comer.
this is not to make money. This is just an excuse to get you guys to come over and see your mother once a week. So that's she said, why don't you start that and then he'll come and see me. I'm like, all right,
Three of
honey,
us
you got
live
it.
here. It's just for Jordan.
Yeah, it's just for Jordan. But you guys are never home. Well, yes, you guys are always home, but never anywhere near your mother.
Hey.
You know, she's always calling you to come upstairs and just talk to her.
But there's like
Yeah. Yeah. Should probably do that.
Yeah, you should.
maybe
I
you should
still
come
call my
over.
mother like every day and talk to
I
her.
like my alone time.
How often do you see her in
All
person?
you have
Jordan?
is alone time.
I go to work for like 10 hours a day.
Do you actually talk to anybody at work?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
talks
found
to
that
his
hard to believe.
cousin.
I work with Matt.
Ugh, is my response to that.
You shut your mouth. I like him. He's nice to me.
He's nice to you. It's because he's not very smart. That's why.
That doesn't matter. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy, yes.
Yeah, he drives people to
Although the
Chicago.
rage meter on him is very
Oh, it's
easily
great.
filled up.
He's the most angry video game player I've ever
Oh, it's
met.
so bad. He gets so salty
He gets-
so quickly.
Speaking of salty, watch Justin play Mario Party and see how fucking salty he
All
gets.
right.
2 turns in, he's done.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't get a 10. This is bullshit.
You can't beat
My-
the minigame champion, bruh. I
Bruh.
hold that title.
I have beaten
proudly.
you before. The game is all based on luck, and I am an unlucky person. I know that. I make my own luck.
Captain Rage quit.
You want some cheese with
Honestly.
that wine?
Yes.
Wine and cheese.
Can we get pepper jack? Is that cool?
Pepper Jack's fine.
I love pepper jack.
I was auditing this restaurant. At this aside, I work as a food safety auditor.
Did they give you pepper jack?
No, but the coolest thing is they were doing this like special for the summer. They had wine infused cheeses as like a specialty.
Yeah.
They were delicious. I got to try one. It was a champagne infused brie cheese.
I've had wine-infused cheeses forever.
Well, I
It's
hadn't
not a
seen
new
it before.
invention.
It was delicious.
That does seem pretty neat.
You used to
though.
be able to buy them at the grocery store. It was a little plastic tube with cheddar cheese and like wine mixed right in it.
Hey, well, how come I've never had it then, Dad?
Because it sucks.
Because wine is nasty.
Wine is
nasty.
not
You
good.
don't like wine.
Wine is delicious.
Well,
You
okay,
did.
so all the men here like don't like wine. Mature.
I try.
Yeah, well,
You failed.
there you go.
I don't know. Last time I went and visited our uncle in Wisconsin, we had got kind of drunk. Me and him just split a bottle of wine. It was very good wine.
Last time I hung out with our uncle, we both drank gin and had cigars, so I think that's a better experience.
I don't know. We sat around. We shared a bottle of wine, had chips and salsa, and talked about our family. So it was very nice. Very
And,
said
relaxing.
hi
and when you
last
drink
time.
gin with your uncle, he buys, so you drink Sapphire Bombay.
Yeah.
When you drink by yourself,
Beef
it's
eater.
beef eaters.
Beefy.
Beef eaters.
If I'm feeling classy, I'll get some Tanqueray.
Oh, where'd it go? You are
Classy.
classy.
That's classy.
Drinking
I
them
raised
pine
you right, I
trees.
guess.
Look, you can talk shit about my gin all you want. It's delicious.
That's fine.
It's only a pine tree.
Yeah, it is a pine tree in a cup.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. It's time to get ready for Christmas already, right?
Right?
Yeah.
It's September.
We
Christmas.
already see it in the news. It's ridiculous.
I think it's up in Walgreens already.
I hate this country.
I knew what I wanted to tell you. I was at work, and the guy I work with, he's looking at his phone, and he's got on the home screen, you got the icons that are like always there.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, he goes, do you know how to get rid of these off the home screen? I said, oh, that's an Android. I said, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can. And he's like, I said, here, let me look at it. And I look at it, and on his home screen, it's a huge picture of a giant crucifix with a boy kneeling in front of it and flowers all around it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And see, I wasn't sure how much this guy was into it, but like one of the first times I met him, I saw he had like a lanyard for his keys and his pass, and his lanyard said, I love Jesus.
Oh my god.
So he's the type of dude that goes to church on Wednesday.
Exactly.
You go to church on a
So
Wednesday, you are into it.
I was telling this other guy, and he goes, yeah, he, I said, he goes, you don't know about him? I guess apparently he had a big like drug and alcohol problem. Like, of course, they all used to have a big drug and alcohol problem. I said, they just switch one out for the other.
Yeah, they got to be hooked on something.
They just dip themselves in a lake and they're clean.
And I'm like, man, why can't these evangelicals be like the Catholics? They can have their religion and their alcoholism and keep them together.
Honestly.
As long as you repent, you're fine. I'm sorry for getting drunk and hitting my children. Please forgive me.
You are forgiven.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Just go say a little confession, everything is fine.
Say some words over some magic beads, you're good.
Yeah, and then eat
Catholicism.
a little piece of cardboard and drink some grape juice, and everything is just fine.
No, that's not great. It's some
Hunky-dory.
shitty wine.
It is shitty wine.
It is very shitty wine.
I've never had it.
I thought it was blood.
We used to, when I was in grade school, we would go in and steal the hosts and.
Did we steal the wine?
Because we didn't steal the wine because we had to go back to school, but I'm trying to remember. I think we used to go and replace the little books in the pews, the
Bibles?
missalettes they call them. So we go over and then we could walk in back, and I wasn't an altar boy, but some of my friends were altar boys. And we would like steal a bunch of hosts and put them in our pocket, and we just like eat them throughout the day.
That is the body of Christ you are
Carrying
defiling.
Christ with
It's
you all
not
day.
the body of Christ until it's prayed over by a pedophile.
True, true. But wait, if I had that kind of power where I could just go into the church like without supervision or anything like that, I would just put dirty pictures in all the Bible. So when people are flipping through,
It's like porn.
like just disgusting imagery.
It'd be tentacle porn, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course, the best kind.
Or like sounding.
Oh, good. Oh, no, stop. No. No.
All right, I don't even know what that is.
Alright, so sounding, it's like,
Oh.
so there's a lot of pictures, like, you just take like a rod, some type of rod, like a lot of times it's metal, and you're just trying to shove it in your dick. Like
And
in
then
the
you
hole. And you like twist it around, you kinda like hit it.
And then you hit it like a tuning fork.
Yeah.
And the point of that is
It gets you off.
Sexually stimulating.
no, it's sticking anything up your.
Some people like urethral stimulation.
Yeah, you're just a prude, Dave.
I guess I
Yeah,
am
you're
just a prude.
Your vanilla stuff over
Look,
here.
man, sex has gotten weird lately. Like it's gotten way.
That's right.
out
I have
there.
4 sons, all in the missionary position. Simple as that. There you go.
If it works once, all you gotta do.
That's right.
Well, it worked the first time, so why fix
Why
what
break,
isn't
why break
broken?
tradition? Well, it worked for me anyway.
Only you.
Only me.
Yeah, you got 4 amazing sons.
Amazing.
We are amazing.
I mean, I am.
And we know you think you're amazing.
I'm pretty decent.
You're so
I'm
full
pretty
of yourself.
decent.
I don't deny it.
Can't deny it.
You can't be amazing if you are in marching band.
Hey, now, I
am
resent
sorry.
that.
Exactly.
Hey, this all wouldn't be happening without me here, okay?
I'm the glue that holds us together.
You are the glue that holds us together? Why?
No.
By being in marching band?
Yeah. Can you do a perfect 8 to 5? I
I
can.
don't even know what that means, and
Exactly.
I'm glad I don't.
Can you play a paradiddle?
Excuse me?
Exactly.
I can diddle
Marching
myself.
band.
You can't diddle like I can.
I diddle the best. I diddle that doink.
Diddles are real
Paradiddles
clean.
may take a few hours, maybe a little time in between, but
Paradiddles.
Jesus.
What about a paradiddle diddle? That's a thing.
Cat and a fiddle?
Hey, diddle diddle. Cat in the fiddle.
Con.
Con.
Like the dumb Family Guy skit.
That's from Star Trek. The con thing?
Yeah, I know, but it's like a dumb Family Guy skit where it's like he's doing food on the roof, and then you just
Oh,
yells
just start
con.
yelling con. Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
maybe it'd be helpful if you didn't make references nobody gets.
That could.
I'll walk out. I'll leave. I don't need to be
But
here.
you're the glue that holds it all together. You
And
can't
it'll fall
walk
apart
out.
without
And
me.
it'll fall
It will
apart.
crash and burn.
God. This podcast is going to be like, the U.S. after Trump wins. We're just waiting for it to crash and burn. That's what it's all about.
Let's just not think about that.
No. Think about it.
He's not
Embrace
going to
it.
win.
He's gonna.
I hope.
As much as you guys hate on Hillary, Trump is not going to win.
Oh, of course not.
No, I mean,
It's insane.
Can America be one of those countries where you can just kind of vote for whatever you want? So it's like, I think it was in like Europe, like a rhino became president,
Well, you can write in anybody you want.
It's like,
There's a city in
A
the
town
U.S. that has a dog
It
as
was a
their
town
mayor.
in Minnesota. They just voted for like the third time a dog to be their mayor.
our fucking president's gonna be a stapler.
Did you get my stapler?
I need my stapler.
I need my stapler. What was that movie? Office Space?
Office Space.
Oh.
Their staple
Very good
remover,
movie.
so you can like pick it up and be like, "Rah."
It's stapler and the vice president remover.
Yeah.
And then I don't know yet.
They trying to make.
I was gonna try and make like whiteout and a pen make an appearance, but too much work for that terrible bit.
Yeah, that was a terrible bit. Let's
Yeah.
not do that.
Well, we're thinking that we need to talk about this fucking election, even though I'm really sick of it. And since Jordan is the only real, true Hillary supporter, I am the Bernie supporter who is now basically being forced to support Hillary.
No one's forcing you.
Well,
It's the only viable option for
it
anyone.
is
who
the
claims
only
to be a
viable
Democrat.
option.
Trump 2016, all I'm saying.
Get out.
You are not voting for Trump.
I am going to.
No, you
Let's
just
watch the world
you just
burn.
wanna
Chaos
watch it burn.
campaign 2016. Let's do it.
Hey man, I don't want to live forever, right?
Exactly.
Oh God.
Who cares about the world after we're dead?
Very Republican of it.
Yeah, global warming's not a thing.
Oh, it's not real. There's evidence saying it's not.
It's a big hoax by China. Don't you know that?
It's actually
No, it's Al
global
Gore.
cooling.
Al Gore is making a lot of money off global warming.
You mean
That's
the
right.
guy who invented the internet? And Man Bear Pig? I'm super serial.
All right, so Jordan, convince us. Tell your brothers why they should vote for Hillary.
Is that how we're starting this, really?
Yeah.
Well, what else? Well, do you want to do something else?
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, we're gonna just go straight into a. I don't even care. Go.
I mean, this is a very heavy-hitting topic.
Right. Yeah. Right off the bat. Let's do
Well,
it.
I mean, why not?
Well, I said we needed to talk about this fucking election, right?
Yeah.
We do.
I guess that's all we really have left.
And I mean, at least me personally, I feel that what she represents as a whole is the way our nation needs to move forward. Like, example is she.
You mean like how she was against gay marriage up until they said, "Oh, Hillary, if you want to win, you have to be for it."
I'm saying our current president wasn't for gay marriage until like what 2011,
2009.
2009. Okay, and she was like right behind him at that point. So I think that's
She was still a little bit after that.
yeah, again.
And look at what her husband did with Doma.
Doma at the time, I have a lot of conversations about this with Daniel. That, like, especially in the 90s, I wasn't old enough to remember. A lot of other people were, though. That, like, Doma and Don't Ask, Don't Tell and things like that, they were passed with a majority support from the current time Democratic Party because it was a way to help prevent any additional detractions against gay people.
I don't know. I just think Bill was a pussy. Simple as that. Your mother loves him. Lots of people love him, but I just think he was way too moderate for me, and he gave too much shit away to the Republicans. I'm sorry.
That may
They're
that
too central, both of them. Hillary and Bill are both
Hillary
too
is
central.
definitely
What
not
she-
left enough for me.
She's not. She's not left enough.
That is the point, though. Not left enough. She pushes a very progressive agenda. It's not as progressive as the left wants it to be, but nothing in our country has been done in a sweeping, changing, progressive movement.
Yeah? Tell it to Roosevelt. What do you call that?
Roosevelt totally stacked the Supreme Court to get anything he wanted passed through anyway.
Okay, so why couldn't the Democrats do that?
Because they're pussies, that's why.
Because they're pussies.
Well, I mean, I was watching Bill Maher, and Alex Wagner made a good point of Bill Maher a couple weeks ago, how Democrats do a really great job, like, protesting things that are going on, but they do a really shitty job getting anyone elected in office and doing anything about it.
That's
And
true
I think
because if you want to start in politics, if you want to start running for something, you really have to get on board with the party. The Republicans, they get in line.
They do.
Democrats don't.
No.
Because,
I think-
well, they're too busy, smoking pot and just laying back. That's
Yeah, just being lazy bums in general.
And that's something I like about Hillary Clinton is that she
Smokes pot.
okay.
No, she's not for
No, she's
marijuana.
not. She hasn't said anything about legalization,
She
has she?
hasn't. I don't think
Exactly.
so.
There's another problem that I have with her.
Again, I'm just saying the way she moves progressive policies forward it's definitely a slower process than most of us want, but it's the best way under our current system to move things forward.
How about term limits? How about we just put term limits on these people, and then maybe we'll get some more progressive views out there.
It's hard to establish
I don't-
term
see,
limits.
Well, the problem is these people, when they get into office, all they focus on is getting reelected and getting more funding. You know, they don't really focus on any of the issues. They just focus on getting reelected. So if you put, term deadlines on them, then they'll actually work to get changes done while they're in there instead of just worrying about getting reelected the whole time.
And maybe party strength won't be as
Yeah,
strong.
the whole two-party system is bullshit because it's like you can't talk shit about your own party because you better be talking shit about the other party. Why would you ever talk shit about our own party?
Yeah, but see, term limits, I'm not sure if I agree with that.
I
I
thi-
mean, because my point is that if someone wants to vote for you 10 times, they should be allowed to vote for you 10 times. So to say that you can't run for some reason, for some arbitrary number of years, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
And the problem, especially with like the House and the Senate, is like going in as like a junior senator or a junior representative. Your first term is essentially going to be building relationships with these people. You're not going to be able to get any legislation passed in your first term.
Well, first of all, people would vote for you if, let's say, the person that was in office before you endorsed you and said that you worked with them. You're telling me that nobody would vote for that person?
No. What I'm saying is that if you have term limits, right? So say you can only serve 2 terms,
Yeah.
right? You want to run for a third. People want you to run for a third, but because there's a law against it, you can't. See, I have a problem with that.
Well, why don't you have somebody that you work with who's just in line with you run also?
Well, then how is that any different than one person being a senator for
Well, then how about
4
we have
terms
more than
or
2 people? Have more than 2 people be able to run. You know?
Well, you can have more than 2 people. There's plenty. There's 4 people in the presidential election right now. Because don't forget about Gary Johnson and Jill Stein.
Okay, no, they
Jill
are
Stein.
terrible.
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein doesn't know the first thing about how politics actually govern.
She's a doctor
awful.
who doesn't believe in vaccinations.
That's not true. Don't say that. That's not true. That was slander. That is so
that
not
is a
true.
misstatement.
That
What
whole article that you're referencing is just such bullshit. They took her so out of context. What she said was, she said she could understand why the people are frustrated with the vaccinations because of all the corruption that goes on in our healthcare system. That's what she said. She never said that I wouldn't get my kids vaccinated. She said I'd understand why there's people who are, curious to why the things in our healthcare go on.
No.
But that's got nothing to do with vaccinations.
She never said
All
don't get your
right.
kids vaccinated. She never said that.
Pandering to the people that have questions about vaccinating their children is just as bad as saying you don't believe in vaccines yourselves. Vaccinations are a public health concern, and they are something that the general public should do for the good of themselves and for the good of the people around them. And by pandering to these people that say, I don't want to do it because I'm afraid, is bullshit.
I don't think she was pandering to those people.
She was definitely pandering to those people.
Well, she better pander to somebody because she's got, 4 people voting for her?
Well, we could change that right here on this show.
Oh, yeah,
Jill
make it
Stein,
6 for you
2016.
2.
Did you watch any of the Green Party convention? It was horrible.
I watched what was going on outside the Democratic convention when Jill Stein gave a speech there. That was very awesome. You should watch that.
At the actual Green Party convention that was in Texas, because Daniel watches C-SPAN. At the actual
Oh,
Green...
God.
I know.
Like, not the Senate hearings and stuff like that.
Not normally.
Because the only thing...
He does.
Oh my god.
I'm saying...
The only thing I watch on C-SPAN is Book TV.
Yeah, I was
love
going to
it.
say,
That's
okay,
awesome.
Mr. Book
I was
TV.
going to say, he makes fun of you for that, but he'll watch the Senate stuff, so whatever.
Maybe if Christopher Hitchens was talking on Book TV, I'd watch that.
I
but
bet you he
that's
did
about
at one
it.
point. I bet you can go back and find it.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
saying-
sure you could.
A majority of the Green Party nomination process was them yelling at each other and trying to get people... It was like 4 hours of just them yelling, and then the vice presidential running mate for Jill Stein yelling that... I think it was a woman. She never gets a fair turn to be for presidency, and her voice is shut down.
Who is the vice president?
I don't have
Jill
any
Stein's
idea.
vice president. Anybody know?
I wouldn't know.
I think it's an Indian woman.
I stopped following the election
Yes,
when
I think you're right. I think it is.
when Bernie was dropped out because
Just some random
oh, no,
Indian
no,
woman.
No, it is a man. His name is Ajamu Baraka.
Who is he?
I'm looking right
Where's
now.
he from? And what does he do?
Does he also agree that vaccinations cause autism?
because they 100% do. I saw
do.
a whole article about it one time.
He is a human rights activist.
Once.
He was the founding executive director of the U.S. Human Rights Network and coordinator of the Black Left Unity Network's Committee on International Affairs. He also served on the board of Amnesty International and the National Center for Human Rights Education.
Well, there you go.
You can take that one to the bank with you.
I already
Enjoy
forgot
that.
what he did.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
He's run a lot of like national institutions. Is what it comes down to, which is not even like run. I guess I always a coordinator, so I guess he was involved with like national campaigns and stuff. But the problem that I have with both that and Jill Stein is neither one of them have any idea how to run any kind of actual political government structure. And
They're not corrupt, is what you're saying.
that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm saying I don't trust someone who doesn't know
No.
how politics works to come in and try to run the system.
You
Would
can
not-
know how to run the system, and then you come in, and then you become corrupt. So
Yeah.
it's a slow process to build up to being corrupt. So
And I'm just saying, I don't want anyone coming in who doesn't know how to actually function government to try to tell the rest of the people how to do it. None of us here are smart enough. Well, maybe some of us could be, but right now,
no, none of us here are smart enough or have any discernible talent of any kind.
Hey now.
none of us here right now are capable of going in and running a government institution.
That's what you
And I
think.
don't think, and I would not want Jill Stein in there attempting to run this country when she has zero experience doing any kind of organization like that.
But negligence you're okay with, right?
Negligence is an opinion by the FBI director. There's nothing that's actually against her.
Okay.
And you know,
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
didn't do anything
it's-
illegal. It was
it's-
just very, very negligent.
Again,
No, it was quoted as extremely careless.
Yeah,
Which-
exactly.
which-
yeah,
which
that's
is-
the person we
which-
want running
Hey.
the country.
Careless is different than illegal.
and that was the
It is.
opinion.
It
was
is.
not even a thing. That was the opinion of the FBI director. That wasn't
Right.
never.
She didn't have any
Oh, the
content. So like a
FBI.
drunk driver who's driving down the street.
Intent.
Intent. There you go. Driving down the street. I didn't intend to run that guy over, but it happened. So, I was just negligent driving.
That is a terrible comparison.
That's a terrible comparison. That's not even a fair. That's not even
Oh, it's
accurate.
totally
No, it's not.
Not
She
at
didn't
all.
intend to do that, but it happened.
Jordan, are you salty? Are you
A little bit.
salty?
I'm just gonna drink my drink for a minute.
Of all these flavors,
You choose to be salty.
Does that Smirnoff Ice have some salt in it?
Might take. Maybe.
Is that
Hey,
what
can
that
you-
is? You're
can you
drinking a
say-
Smirnoff Ice?
Can you say Smirnoff on
I
the radio?
am drinking a Smirnoff Ice, and it is quite delicious.
Sure. Why can't we?
Ad revenue.
this podcast brought to you by Smirnoff.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pay for that.
No. Damn it.
So, did your brother convince you guys to vote for Hillary yet?
No.
I don't think that is the case.
There will be more discussion on this. This was we got a little sidetracked, but we will. I will get there.
Well, go ahead, convince us.
Well, you guys are just lucky because she's gonna win Illinois anyway. So your vote's not gonna matter.
I don't even have to vote, honestly. She's just gonna
You
get...
should still
Yeah,
vote
but you still
local.
need to vote because we need to vote for Tammy Duckworth
Please vote for Tammy Duckworth.
against Mark Kirk for senator.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because then there's other down ballot races that you have to vote for.
Yeah, I gotta do my research on those ones.
Yeah, I wish you would.
Well, again, takes time and effort.
Again, I'm 16. Can't vote. Doesn't matter to me.
That's true. It doesn't.
I only
but
learned
see-
stuff because of AP government.
I guess.
You should still try to learn now.
Nah.
If you learn now, you'll be better informed when you actually can vote.
How?
I'm saying if he can just find the preliminary ways to find information about candidates, it'll at least give him access to that information later.
If you can find where the booths are now, then
If
you'll
I can-
know when
If
you're
I can
18.
type into Google the candidate's name, I'll be pretty set. That's what you do, right? You pick it based on Google searches. Who get
Exactly.
the most.
Yeah, whoever comes up first, that's who you take.
You just keep putting letters in it.
Well, no,
It's
because there was
someone's name.
that controversy about Google going in and switching Hillary Clinton's. When you Googled Hillary Clinton,
Yeah.
they got rid of all the bad things about Hillary Clinton. So when you Googled Hillary Clinton, only good things came up about her.
Basically, it was,
There was that
it was
controversy.
promoting
Yeah.
I
articles.
didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, you need to look it up because it definitely was a thing.
It was promoting articles that were not related to
Right.
the DNC thing and the leaks and all that.
Yeah, there was.
Well, when you Google Donald Trump, it's just like shitty toupee.
So you
It
can't
actually
even
is
trust
the-
Google. 'cause
But I just
Google
thought
will
that
have you
Google was
look.
just an algorithm that just push the top searches up to the top.
There's companies that work. She's got tons of companies working for her.
How do you think that when you go on Google, the first two links are always
So wait, is it a
ads?
controversy because people who work for her just started Googling better stories, so it naturally moved up to the top? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
You're saying that Google went in and got rid of all the searches for bad stuff?
No, what it did
They
was
made it so that the first couple
Who's
choices.
they?
Google
the company.
Google, the company.
had their workers go in and make it so that the first couple links that show up when you Googled Hillary Clinton were not controversial.
I do not believe that one bit.
You can look it up yourself, sir.
Look it up where? On Alex Jones's website?
Yeah, it's not Alex Jones.
Yahoo
trust me.
Answers.
Yahoo Answers.
Yeah, go to
Am I pregnant?
AskJeeves.com.
I was reading PolitiFact says the claim that Google
He's so mad.
is manipulating the data to support Hillary Clinton is mostly false.
See, it's
Mostly?
mostly false.
Mostly?
Correct. So I'll read you I'll read their ruling thing. So Napolitano, the guy on Fox and Friends, that
Oh, that crazy guy.
right, the guy that suggested it. So Napolitano accused America's most popular search engine, Google, of scrubbing search engines in favor of Clinton. Although it is clear Google's algorithm is different from Bing or Yahoo, it still isn't correct to describe the difference as evidence of Google's support of Clinton. Google's suggested searches, for the most part, avoid offensive suggestions for everyone, not just Clinton. Napolitano's claim has a thread of truth, but it leaves out key details that would give the reader a different impression. Rate this claim mostly false.
That doesn't seem true because when you Google search Donald Trump, you only get his offensive stuff.
Well, that's because that's all he has is offensive stuff. There are no good stories about Donald Trump.
Made some
That's
nice
not
vodka
true. You
and
could
then some
find
nice steak.
stories.
Like what?
You can find stories of him going to like the fucking veterans and talking to veterans and shit like that.
You mean after they gave him shit for not actually giving them money like he said he was going to?
But I mean,
so
you
that
could
would be
still
a
find-
negative story.
Well, you could still find the positive story that was before
I'm
that.
saying the way, from the PolitiFact article, the way that Google's algorithm works is it filters out offensive stories from the get-go. So only positive things will appear kind of at the forefront. The problem with Donald Trump is most of his newsworthy statements tend to always be offensive.
I'm skeptical.
I would like to point out that Jeremy
Well,
tried to
you're
Google
just a
Hillary
skeptic in
Clinton
general.
and spelled her name
True.
wrong.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
It was
I'm
totally
just,
underlined
I
wrong.
am just saying,
What?
Is it?
He spelled Hillary Clinton
there
wrong.
is this,
Yeah, look at that.
It's 2 L's.
Is it?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
what?
then yes, yes, I did.
It's 2 L's.
Here's the
Hillary
thing,
has
though.
2 L's.
Hillary has 2 L's, yes.
Bullshit.
Right? Like,
Oh, God. God.
You're dumb.
No, so what are you doing? Are you Googling how to spell Hillary with 1 L?
He knows how to do it.
how do you spell?
He knows it's wrong. He just won't
He
admit
spelled
it.
it wrong. But no.
It's like he's typing a search into his Facebook status.
The last point I want to make is everyone has this predisposition that anything the Clintons do is going to be dirty, and I think that it's an unfair treatment of everything that they do.
That is true. They've been scrutinized and vilified for the last 30 years. The Republicans have been out to get them forever.
So especially for like people that
And
are,
they keep coming up short. They tried Whitewater,
yeah.
and Foster, that they actually murdered the guy who killed himself. And all that kind of crap.
But why do we want these people with that kind of baggage?
But
Why do we want that?
there is no baggage.
There is baggage, Jordan. There is baggage.
Well, first off,
The
because
fact
there's
that
not
they-
a politician who doesn't have baggage, and because if you look at it realistically with your eyes open, she is going to be the only one who's going to do stuff that we like.
Maybe. We
She's-
don't know.
she's
say
the other
it.
one
No,
who's
she'll
gonna
say
try
it.
and
She'll
do-
say it, but
she's
it'll
gonna
be different
try
than what
and-
she actually does.
She's going to try and do some of the stuff that we like.
Some, and we're supposed to be okay with that.
Yeah, because we have no alternative.
I was gonna say I cannot think of an instance where she said she would do something, and then at least like politically speaking, I cannot off the top of my head think of an instance where she said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," and then did the complete opposite.
I can, and so can Elizabeth Warren. It was when she was the first lady, Elizabeth Warren showed her it was something about like taxes, or it was a certain policy that Elizabeth Warren sat down and talked with her about. And when she said by the end of the conversation, Hillary was on board with Elizabeth Warren, and then when she was voted into the Senate of New York, I think, right?
New York, yeah.
When she got into the Senate, she totally flip-flopped on what Elizabeth Warren had told her and did the complete opposite. And Elizabeth Warren actually is in an interview saying that, and I wish I fucking knew what it was.
When did she speak with her when she was First Lady, and when was this vote in the Senate?
Well, Hillary became senator right after she was done being First Lady.
I'm saying, the issue, the only thing I can think of at that point is, as a senator of New York, she has to do what her constituency wants. Like, she can have her own ideas. But what Hillary Clinton does is she goes on these year-long, her listening tours, which is something that I don't see any other politician doing. And then she listens to what her constituents want her to do, and then she'll legislate based on what her people in her district want her to do. And if that's the case, yes, at the time she may have agreed with Elizabeth Warren, but if she went to New York and she did her listening tour in early 2000s, and she found out what the people wanted her to do, again, I don't know what you're exactly talking about, so I don't have the information.
Well, if he doesn't know what he's talking about, then I guess...
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
This is the video that I was talking about.
Oh, it's a video, it's not even an article?
Well, there's an article with it, but I mean, I could just...
Read the article. Wow.
Again, all I'm saying is,
Pretty picture.
our generation especially, so kids that are, like, about, excuse me, my age and younger, we have this predisposition to immediately vilify and hate what the Clintons do. Because all we grew up hearing is how corrupt and bad the Clintons are. When that's all we grew up hearing, but there is zero evidence to actually support any of those claims.
I disagree. I don't have that natural inclination. I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm saying a majority of kids that are in our generation just have this natural inclination to distrust anything the Clintons do. Because that's all we grew up hearing as children, is that the Clintons are corrupt, or that something is wrong.
I just think you have a natural distrust of any politician.
I mean, I don't.
I know you're idealistic, and I used to be the same way, but there's just, you have to work in the system that you have. You can't just say, I don't like that, I'm out. I'm not going to vote. I'm not even going to participate. You just can't do that.
If I felt like I had a meaningful choice in this election, I would vote.
Oh, you do have a meaningful choice, because you cannot let Donald Trump get elected president.
We already talked about this. Hillary's going to get my state anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't have a meaningful choice.
So, I have the article. Warren had written an editorial about a piece of bankruptcy legislation that she opposed. She met with Hillary Clinton when she was the First Lady, and they discussed it. Right then, Hillary, after speaking with Warren, went back to the White House, and they discussed it with Bill Clinton, and Clinton administration reversed its position on the bill. President Clinton eventually vetoed it because it would disproportionately affect women and children. Right? Hillary Clinton took credit in her autobiography for preventing the bankruptcy bill from passage. But then Hillary Clinton became a senator. Warren describes what happened when the bankruptcy bill again came before the Senate shortly after Clinton was elected, and she voted in favor of it.
Were there any differences between the first bill and the second bill?
Elizabeth Warren says no. And are we not trusting Elizabeth Warren now?
Oh.
The most progressive...
She's my girlfriend, so I will not diss
You
her.
can't...
But
Exactly. If Elizabeth Warren is saying that, how can we argue against it?
Again, that is an example of her as the First Lady trying to do something for the good of the nation, and then as a senator doing what is right for her constituents.
Oh, see, now you're just rationalizing.
I don't think
no,
that people
that's
should change
bullshit.
to their constituents.
That's
I don't
bullshit.
think that.
No,
No. I think
they
you're wrong there. I
definitely
think they should. If you are representing people and the people want you to do something, then you should do it. That's why Bernie Sanders supports gun rights in his state, because he lives in a rural state and his constituents want guns. So he votes for that. Even though he is for gun control, he votes against gun control because that's what his
people of his state want.
He's for certain gun control, which I think we're all for, which is like no assault rifles and stuff. He's not against like all guns. He's against a certain gun control.
But his constituents don't want any at all, and so that's how he votes. Because that's how he. And I think that's what a politician is supposed to do. If your constituents want something done, you have to do it. You should have to do it.
I think you should be true to yourself, and then the people will vote for you based on what you believe in.
Not
No.
I think servant.
That's how you became a public servant in the first place, is representing yourself, and then people said, hey, I want you to represent us. So flip-flopping based on them at that point is going against them at the same time.
It doesn't necessarily mean flip-flopping. What you do is when you're running for your office, you say, this is who I am, this is what I believe. And the people decide if they want you to be their representative. But once you're in, you still have your morals and your compass. But if the people overwhelmingly want you to support something, if you're against it, you still need to support it for your constituents.
And I think we have to draw a distinction between national politics and state politics.
Sure.
And I think, again, I don't know the details of the bill or what the changes went in, but I'm just saying, in that instance, if she was able to go in and get her husband to work with his administration to make sure it didn't get passed nationally, then that's a good thing. But if she goes into New York, where a lot of, again, business interests are, or at the time, if that's what her constituency wants, that's what she's going to do. And yes, that is
Wall Street wants. That's where Wall Street's located, is in New York.
Again, so yes, they are a big constituency in New York. So yes, it is definitely rationalizing. And I will admit that it is a rationalization of that decision. But as a politician, those are the decisions you have to make. Small little bit of clarification whenever I reference Daniel. He is my partner. We've been together for partner.
Is that your fiance?
He is.
Is he your
I don't see a ring on that finger.
Oh, this is a contentious point.
He's in the doghouse tonight.
Fun fact, we're actually talking about ring financing. So
Ring financing?
yeah.
Yeah, a ring should be what, 3 months worth of salary?
No, it shouldn't. That's such a ripoff.
Again, he actually.
You know how common diamonds are?
You guys get so serious about everything.
It was a joke. I said 3 months worth of salary.
You have to go through everything with financing and plan it out and spend only like 9 cents on it.
We gotta invest in this ring.
No, because
Is that cubic
because he's still
zirconia?
looking for a
Do you have
job right
stocks
now.
in your ring?
Like, we want to buy it, but he's still looking for a job right now, so we're seeing how we can do it. And he actually looked into actual ring financing, and it's a fucking ripoff.
Of course it is.
I
You
know.
go to the store, you say, give me that ring for $400, and you're done.
I know. So, that's part of the thing. So, it's in the works. So I want to add that clarification.
So is he your fiance? Has he actually said, will you marry me? And you said yes, or the other way around?
Yeah. The way it's worked, we have come to the... no, it's a weird thing.
We talked about it once and said, maybe we'll get married, maybe not.
And now they're just kind of locked in.
We've talked about it and we agreed that we want to get married, but I am going to make him actually propose to me.
Oh, so there's been no actual proposal yet.
No.
So then
You
we're not
saucy
calling
bitch.
him.
Are you wearing a dress at the wedding?
We are not calling him your fiance if there's no formal proposal.
What I've learned is my brother is the bad bitch.
All I'm saying is,
Snap,
if he is
snap.
only ever going to do one grand romantic gesture for me, it's going to be my fucking
So
proposal.
he's not your fiance, so can we call him just like your homo king lover?
Grand Homo King?
Yes, you might call him the Grand Homo King.
Alright, great.
Okay.
So where were you? Oh, Jeremy, you were talking about the donors.
Yes, I was saying in terms of the constituents,
Yeah, we were talking about how you should do stuff for your constituents.
and I said if that was the case, then we would have money out of politics because Republicans and Democrats alike both agree that we don't want money in politics, and yet that's still the case. So really, it comes down to what the donors want.
It's not true that everybody agrees with that. There's
The
plenty-
majority
there are-
majority of both.
Yes.
The majority of people in the United
Okay,
States
but then
want
also
money out of
look at it like
politics.
this. We were just talking. Hillary hasn't said anything about legalization, but if she gets in, and people start saying, we want it, we want it, we want it, you know that she'll go with it.
She will not.
She will.
She
She will
absolutely
not.
will.
If you saw, did you see the WikiLeaks article?
Are you going to reference another article that you can't
Did
remember?
you see the WikiLeaks came out and they basically said that the Alcohol and Spirits Association is against the legalization of marijuana.
Well, that's how it
which is
became a
clearly-
Schedule 1 substance in the first place.
Right.
Is because, like Bill Wirtz, who owns the Blackhawks.
Yes, there are other companies out there that don't want the legalization of marijuana.
Of course
and
there
if
are.
they happen to be donors to Hillary Clinton, you think she's going to change her mind on that?
No.
I don't think she will. I do not think she will. And I bet you that she is in their pockets.
Maybe in a second term when she doesn't need their money anymore.
But
What
it's
about
always
that?
nice.
Well, maybe in her second term, she
Because
will
like
not-
Barack, he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Right.
He's just
Well, okay.
doing whatever hell he
Here's the
wants
kid. Maybe in
now.
her second term, she shouldn't take any money from anyone. She should just run without any money. How about that? But you won't see that.
No, you won't.
She
see
will
that.
not. She says that we don't need money in politics, but I guarantee you, if she gets her second term, she's gonna still take the money.
Well, what is she going to
because she wants to get
Is she going to
reelected.
not take the money while her opponent does?
We're supposed to be better. We're Democrats. We're supposed to be better than the Republicans.
I know, but that
Just
would
because
really
they-
put us. Why
just
we
because
can't put
they
ourselves
did
at a disadvantage?
Why do you think
Yes,
we lose
it's-
so much? It's because we try to take the moral high ground, which is great and fine, but then we lose elections at the state and local level because we try to take that high ground and we lose.
So we should compromise our morals.
Yes, our morals should just be thrown out the window as long as we win elections.
I'm saying we should play the game the right way so we can get in and try to
There
be
is no
better.
right way to play the game.
Oh, it's a game, and it's a system that's set up for.
It's a game where everyone loses.
There is no right way to play the game. If you play the game, I'm sorry, but you're corrupt.
The game is in your head. You are the game. You have won.
This is the real reason you're here.
Zing!
Smugcast is right, because Jeremy Woody said, we're supposed to be better
Better
than
than them.
Republicans. You're
I-
a
All
dick.
right, we are better than you.
I-
All right, no more money in
Well,
politics.
That makes point to what I was talking about with Daniel about, like sex scandals and like government. How Republicans, they have a ton of them, but they never leave office because of it. Because in Republican land, that's okay. But as Democrats, if we have any kind of scandal like that, we are immediately gone and out. Because we hold ourselves to a higher moral standard. But we let our opponents just kind of slide by on it because, they don't care.
That's what I told you before. As Republicans, they get in line. They do what they're supposed to do or what they need to do to win, which Jeremy says is not a good thing.
Which is
I'm
why
saying,
Jeremy's
but
not a
you
Republican.
can't-
The Democrats are just not as organized.
No, and you can't push an agenda or pass legislation if you don't play to win. And maybe that does make you corrupt in your eyes, but if you're not in the system to try to run it, you can't get anything done anyway.
In my eyes, it's kind of like the email scandal that's going on with Hillary Clinton. Yes, the Republican before her was doing the exact same thing with his own server and sending out emails from a private emails. But just because they did it, it doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that we should still do it. Just because they do it doesn't mean that we need to do it. We are supposed to be better. I get that, we need it to... You say we need it to win. I don't think that is the case anymore. Especially not with the people that are living in America nowadays and all these social justice warriors and
Right, but those
who are
people
out
don't
there.
vote. That's the problem.
Because they see the corruption. If you would just go out there and be yourself and say that you wanted things to change and didn't take the money and didn't do all these things that these people don't like, you'd have more people. Look at Bernie Sanders. Look at the movement he started.
But he
he's
still
going
lost.
nowhere with
But
it.
he still lost.
Because the DNC rigged it.
They did
Did
not,
not
rig
rig
it.
They worked against him. How about that? They worked against him.
They wanted her to win, yes.
They wanted her to win, and they were not.
But
they
it
were,
wasn't
it was
most.
bias.
Most of the stuff they did was already after it was pretty certain that he was going to lose anyway.
When? When was it certain that he was going to lose? At what point was it certain?
After Super Tuesday.
I don't think that. I
That
think
was
it was
in
from
March.
before that these emails were going out. They started. Listen, they started talking about Hillary Clinton and promoting her before the election even started, which you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to promote Hillary Clinton to run for president before the election starts.
Of course
and
you
they
are.
No, you're not.
They're the
You're not
DNC.
allowed.
They can do whatever they want.
You're not allowed.
They're not a political. They are a private organization. They can promote or support
But they're
anybody
supposed to
they
be
want.
unbiased, and they weren't unbiased.
They are a private organization. The DNC is a private organization. It's not a government entity. It is a private.
I understand that.
Well,
So
then they can do what
they
they want.
Okay, so then we shouldn't even bother voting because whoever they want to win is going to win anyway, so don't even bother voting. Whoever they want is going to win, and the Republicans, whoever they want to win, is going to win also, so we
Do you
shouldn't
think the
even bother.
Republicans wanted Donald Trump to win?
I think in some senses they did.
I do.
I think the base of the Republican Party is fucking crazy, and that's why they wanted Donald Trump to win. But the rest of like the RNC, do you think they really
The
wanted
Republican
him
establishment
up there?
does not want Donald Trump up there because
I
he's
don't know.
crazy. They don't know what he's going to do.
But they set the stage
I won't even say he's
perfectly
crazy.
for
I
him.
just say that he's unpredictable, and they don't like that.
And what about the voter fraud?
There is no voter fraud.
What
There's
voter fraud?
totally voter fraud.
There-
Are you
The fact
kidding
that
me?
the exit polls match up almost perfectly for the
There-
Republicans and not for
there
the Democrats.
is no evidence of any kind of vote. What are you saying about voter fraud? What are you saying? That people weren't people when they went in and voted, or that somehow there was an electronic fraud,
the
or what?
electronic voting machines are easily hackable. You can hack it in under 5 minutes. It's been proven. You know, there's certain countries in Europe that don't even use them anymore because they're so easily hackable.
So are you saying that the DNC
You're
and
saying-
Hillary Clinton campaign colluded with every state and local government to make sure that she won elections?
How about the coin flips where she won 6 out of 6 coin flips? You tell me that happened? You tell me she won 6 out of 6 coin flips?
With the 50% chance each time?
Yeah, why
Totally
not?
possible.
Of course, it's totally possible. But where are you getting this voter fraud? What exactly happened?
Well, look at
What
in-
exactly happened?
Well, for example, you can look at the thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people who didn't get to vote in Bernie's home city in New York.
There's not 100,000 in New York. Hundreds of thousands of people couldn't vote in New York. He's from Vermont.
No, where's
There's
he from? No,
It's
He's from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Thousands of people were not able to vote in Brooklyn. And there's
Why
people-
is that?
Exactly. Why is that?
Why
were
do
they
you?
not
I
allowed to
didn't
vote?
hear that. Where
I
did
didn't
that
hear
come
that at
from?
all.
Because what do you watch? Like CNN? You watch like the normal news where they don't Clinton News Network. Is that
Oh,
what
so
you
now
watch?
it's the mainstream media and they don't do anything?
Yes, the mainstream media is for Hillary Clinton. The mainstream media is for
Are you
Hillary
kidding?
Clinton.
Why do
they
they
were the
ca-
entire election? They were the entire election. They were for Hillary Clinton. I'm telling
Man,
you.
you are really living in a fantasy world.
I am not.
Who wasn't able to vote in Brooklyn, New York?
Thousands of people were not able to vote.
For what reason? For what reason?
They just were not able to vote. They
What-
shut down.
What are you talking
There was
about?
polling stations closed in Brooklyn where people were not able to vote.
So people were
Not
in
to
line,
mention in California.
people were in line to vote, and they just shut down the voting.
Yeah,
the
just
polling
like in
place?
Arizona, where they took the number of voting stations. There was about 200 last time they did the voting. There was about 200. This year they cut it down to like 70.
Right, that wasn't the Democrats. That was the Republicans who did that.
It
The
doesn't
Re-
matter.
No, it does matter because the Republicans were in control. Are the major control of the legislation.
The table.
The Republicans are in control of most legislative houses in most states. And they're the ones who are cutting the funding and cutting the polling places of where people can go vote because the less people that vote, the more Republicans win. They're the ones who are controlling that because they're the ones who control the states.
But in a primary, that makes no difference between Republicans and Democrats.
No, you still need a registered polling place.
You
And
still need
if
a
you
registered
cut the number
polling
of polling
place.
places, you have less opportunity for the private places to set up their
Right.
voting
So the
establishment.
people
again,
you're
in a
pissed
primary,
at,
we're-
you're pissed at the wrong people. The Republicans are the ones, especially in Arizona. The Republicans are the ones who are in charge of how many polling places there are, who gets money, who gets voting machines, how much they spend on voting machines, all that.
Right.
And they are, the less polling places there are, the longer people have to wait in line. That's why you saw all those, when the last presidential election, you saw all those people standing in line in Philadelphia, in all the black communities, because
The states are controlled by the Republicans. The state legislations are mostly controlled by Republicans, and they are cutting polling places. And so, because it shows that when less people vote, when there's a lower voter turnout, Republicans win.
Okay, well, what about in Massachusetts, where there's video evidence of Bill Clinton going into a polling station, which that is illegal, by the way. First of all, no candidate or the candidate's spouse can be at a polling station, and they cannot be in the polling station while there's voting going on. You can't do that.
I don't think that is correct at all.
It is correct, and he was in the polling station, so because he was in there, they were blocking certain people from getting in there because, he's got, what are they called? The people who
Secret Service?
Secret Service were stopping people from getting into the Massachusetts polling station while he was in there. A big state that was crucial for Bernie Sanders to win.
For how long?
It doesn't matter.
For how long?
It doesn't matter. If it takes 2 hours out of the day and those people have to go to work, listen, people don't get off work to go vote. They have to find time in their busy schedules to go vote. So even if he did that for a couple hours, it still takes
one
votes
polling
away.
station in the middle of Massachusetts.
In the big state that Bernie needed to win.
He was never going to win it.
You don't know that.
Okay, say he was there for 2 hours. How many votes did he possibly stop people from?
He could have stopped a lot.
How many? How many in 2 hours?
I don't know that.
10?
It doesn't matter how many it was.
When I went to vote at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the last election, I think I was voter number 160. There's not huge.
We live in the middle of nowhere.
We don't live in the middle of nowhere. We are one of the biggest areas in the country.
If Bill Clinton's going to this polling station, you guarantee you there's a lot of people flocking to this polling station. He wouldn't just go to some, polling station that gets about 100 people in there. I'm sure he's going to one in the heart of Massachusetts, in the biggest city there, probably Boston. And I don't remember exactly what polling station it was, but there's video of him in the polling station, which he's not allowed to do.
No, he is not allowed to be actively campaigning within those stations. If he's in there just greeting people, he is more than allowed to do
What
that.
do you think he's doing? You don't
He's
think
greeting,
he's
saying
campaigning?
hello. No, I can't because.
He shouldn't be in there. He shouldn't be in there.
Why?
Why? There's no law against it.
Because he is the spouse of the person running for president.
So what?
And an ex-president of the United States.
Okay, so
Okay,
what
and-
though?
Oh my God.
So what is he doing in there that's so offensive to you?
Well, first, like I said, he's stopping people of being in there because of his security. And not to mention that he's there fucking campaigning, basically.
He's not campaigning.
No, he is not campaigning. Campaigning within a polling place is illegal. Greeting people and the people that are working there is nowhere an illegal offense. And the clout that he has as an ex-president and the current spouse of the woman running for president, yes, it gives people that Star Trek quality, but as long as he's maintaining his neutrality and just saying hello to the people there, he's not doing anything illegal.
Okay, if you want to talk about realism, there's no way for him to maintain neutrality as the husband of Hillary Clinton.
Okay, but that's fine. That's a fair point. But
Nothing stopping Bernie's wife from going into a polling place.
She hasn't. I haven't seen
I said
it.
nothing stopping her from doing it. She can go do it.
Yeah. Do you think
I don't
people...
think Sanders' wife
You
is not
can.
famous.
You can go in.
She's not
You
Bill
just-
Clinton.
My father was an election judge, so he was be at the polling place. You can go inside. You have to hand out all your flyers and stuff and put all your signs outside the building. But you can go in and out as much as you want, as long as you're not campaigning inside.
But you campaign.
And the thing
Bill
is,
Clinton told the
Yes, you
workers
can
to rig
campaign
it
right
for
outside.
Hillary.
where are you pulling that out of your ass?
He said that. It might have been implied as a joke, but there is video of him saying that.
Video of him saying what?
Rig it for Hillary. It might have been a joke.
Saying it to who?
The workers at that polling station.
Oh, that's a joke.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if it's not. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because he's just out meeting people, and that's what he does.
Campaigning
You
is what
sound-
he's out doing.
You sound bitter because Bernie Sanders' campaign did not do the same thing.
It's
That's how
not
you're
bitter.
coming across. you're coming across as bitter and disillusioned because the Clintons ran a better campaign in that regard. They used Bill's star power to the best extent. And you're bitter about that fact.
Yeah. If you have
If
an
Jane
ex-president as your
Sanders
spouse,
had
you
gone
got to
out
use them.
Polling places,
You got to
and
use
was
them.
screening people. She would have had just as many people come to say hello to her. She would have.
No.
No
All right, now you're saying
way.
that Jane Sanders has the same pull as Bill Clinton,
No.
President of the
No.
United States,
No.
Jordan.
Two-
Did you hear that?
To your electorate, to the Sanders electorate, they would have loved to have gone and met with Jane Sanders, and it would
Okay,
have had.
proportionally, we'll say.
But it's not just the people that are voting for Hillary or the people that are voting for Bernie that he's bringing in. He's bringing in everyone who knows him as the President of the United States. People that he's a trusted official.
I cannot-
He held the highest office in the land, and he is there at the polling station saying, "Vote for my wife."
I
So by that-
I cannot believe you are actually sitting here saying that there was actual voter fraud.
There was.
There wasn't. There's
Why don't
no
the exit
evidence.
polls add up? Why do the exit
If you want
polls
to talk
not
about
add up?
exit polls, look at fucking Washington. Bernie Sanders won the Washington caucus handily, but when Washington did their it doesn't really count primary, Hillary Clinton won 55 to 45.
Yeah, what do you got to say about that?
So this is
Say
what
about
our
that.
starting topic was. It's been an hour.
So I'm just saying you can't claim voter fraud when in that
I'm saying-
scenario Hillary Clinton won Washington.
How about we
So wait.
pause for
Hold on.
Politics is just a game for celebrities. Just the biggest celebrity wins, is what you're saying?
Of course, it's just a popularity contest.
Well, that's fucking dumb.
All right, I think we're just about ready to wrap this up. I think it went all right for our first time. What do you guys think?
I think we'll get a solid 7.5 views.
7.5? You
Like,
think?
someone's gonna get halfway
halfway
through
through
it
it and they
be
give
like,
up because we're a bunch
"Fuck
of assholes."
this."
No,
Does that-
no. The thing is, as soon as you hit click and play, it counts as a view.
Does that
No, it
still make
doesn't,
us
no.
money?
I'm
How
pretty
long
sure
does it
that
have to
counts.
be?
They have to. YouTube's algorithm goes on based on retention
Oh, that's
time.
that spider.
So, God
Where?
damn it. It's based on how long they are viewing the product and then how long they view the products that are also related with the one that we have. So, our retention time is going to be terrible because we're only going to have one video out. So, yay!
Yeah, girls shitting their panties over here.
Yeah,
over
but is anybody
spiders.
going to watch? So if they don't watch the whole thing, then
I
it
think
doesn't
they have
count?
to make at least 75% or something like that. I
75%?
think something along there.
Wow.
Well, hopefully
Okay, we're not going to get any
75%.
views.
Yeah.
No, we're going to get 0. It's going to be great.
No, actually, your mother will watch it. Your aunt might watch
We
it.
got some family.
I can
Yeah, we
put-
have some
I can
family,
watch
so
it
we
one
have-
night, you
We
know?
got those 26 followers on Twitter. They might watch.
And Becky said that she'll just sit and keep doing it the whole time, all night long.
Yeah,
So-
I'll just mute my computer and
Just
keep
keep
watching
going.
it, so I don't have to listen to us.
Just auto repeat.
I mean, that's how you get promoted.
And I think it might actually come out pretty good, barring all the technical things we've had so far.
You suck.
but- Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll see. If we don't suck too bad, then maybe we'll do this again, and hopefully we can keep on continuing.
Oh, we're definitely doing it again.
Yes.
Keep on keeping
And we're
on.
gonna try and have some other guests.
Yep.
We'll have people come in.
Getting that
Sometimes
through
not
works.
everybody will be here every week because there's some nights that Jared's got marching band, and maybe we can switch it to when we record. But we'll try and get everybody here every week. So
Everybody will have equal representation on this podcast.
Yes.
And we're open to having anybody on with any kind of views.
Absolutely.
It's not
Except for
just
women.
going to be, except for women. It's not just going to be us and our, little
Yeah.
group thing.
and we're gonna get into more stuff. We're gonna get into some music down the line, and maybe me and Jeremy will talk Bears and Notre Dame.
And we can all shut up.
Definitely talk sports.
Definitely talk some sports.
Oh, I love the sport ball.
I know you love the sport ball.
Go team. Win the event.
Well, see, okay, then maybe Jeremy and I'll just have a section of our own. You guys can just sit back and drink.
Yeah, I will get wasted while that's going on.
Are you sure?
So
Because
then
you're
you can
kind of
delete,
recording
so
for
then
us.
you can delete all of our progress.
Right.
Yes, I'm going to delete the project.
God.
All right, so I think that'll do it for this week.
Yep.
Please remember to follow us on Twitter at JWorksProd, P-R-O-D, and visit our website on Facebook. And remember to subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Do anything you want to do. We love hearing feedback and all that stuff.
Any
Retweet,
feedback is
quote,
greatly
fave.
appreciated.
All right, and we'll try and do better for next week, too. All right.
No one's gonna see that nodding.
Why are you nodding?
All right, we're out of here.
All right, give up. Quit.